Caitlin Clark is taking the WNBA by storm before even stepping into her first official game. A preseason exhibition? Sold out. Ticket prices? Through the roof. Fans who never cared about the WNBA are now lining up just to see her play. And the league's veterans? They're not happy. This isn't just a moment, it's a revolution.
But before further proceeding in video, if you're new to the channel, please support by hit that subscribe button for more updates.
It just won't stop. It just won't stop. And like, it is the funniest thing in the world.
WNBA players are at it again, frustrated, annoyed, and unable to hide their jealousy. And why? Because Caitlin Clark is out here doing what she does best, filling arenas, electrifying crowds, and proving that she's the only true superstar the league has right now.
The Indiana Fever just wrapped up their busiest
Carver Hawkeye Arena isn't packed for an NBA game. It's not packed for a high-profile celebrity matchup. It's overflowing with fans for one reason: Caitlin Clark is stepping back onto the court in her Indiana Fever jersey. And WNBA players, they can't stand it, because it's yet another reminder that Caitlin Clark.
And now with 22 seconds to go, here's Clark off the screen. The three-pointer is good.
That's going to be what they can get back into this game. It's going to be grabbing those boards, getting some second chance opportunities. Clark gets her.
It's not a championship game. There's no deep-seated rivalry. There aren't even any real stakes. It's just a preseason exhibition against Brazil. And yet, every seat is taken. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is playing, and that's all it takes to turn an ordinary game into a must-watch event. A preseason game selling out? That never happens in the WNBA. But when Caitlin Clark is on the court, every seat is filled, tickets are gold, and fans are locked in. Meanwhile, WNBA players are left stewing, knowing that without Caitlin, their games wouldn't come close to this level of attention. Let's take a step back and really think about what's happening here. This isn't the WNBA Finals. It's not even a regular season WNBA game. It's just a preseason exhibition, a completely meaningless game against Brazil's national team. And let's be real, most casual basketball fans couldn't name a single player on that squad. But the moment people found out Caitlin Clark would be playing, boom, every ticket was gone. This shouldn't surprise anyone who's been paying attention. Caitlin Clark has the kind of star power that makes people care about things they never even thought twice about before. She had folks tuning into college women's basketball like it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Breaking viewership records became a routine thing for her. And let's not forget, she didn't just dominate basketball, she even got people watching golf. Yes, golf. All she had to do was show up to a celebrity pro-am event, and suddenly, people who wouldn't have given golf the time of day were glued to their screens just to catch a glimpse of her walking around a course. Now, if Caitlin Clark can make golf exciting to the masses, imagine what happens when she actually plays the sport she's built for: basketball. All it takes is one announcement: hey, Caitlin Clark is playing. And just like that, the energy shifts. Fans lose their minds. Seats that would normally sit empty for a preseason WNBA game are now the hottest ticket in town. This entire sold-out arena situation is proof of just how hungry fans are to see Caitlin Clark back on the court. It's been months since they last watched her dominate at Iowa. Months since they saw her hit logo threes and drop dimes like it was second nature. And now, they're so desperate for more Caitlin Clark action that they're willing to pack an arena for a game that has absolutely zero stakes. No championship on the line, no rivalry battle, just Caitlin Clark playing basketball, and that's all it takes to turn a forgettable preseason matchup into an absolute spectacle.
Did the media ignore the best regular season a point guard has ever had in the WNBA? I want to show you guys what Caitlin Clark did over a what Caitlin Clark did, I want to see, get her stats here. Where is the ESPN? I'm going to show you guys game log. What she did over like the 7 or 8 games after, what she did after the Olympics. Caitlin Clark, post-Olympic break, had the best spell for a point guard in history of the game.
And you already know what's coming next, another round of WNBA players fuming with frustration. From the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league, they've been vocal about the attention she commands, the revenue she's pulling in, and how she's overshadowing their careers. Now, they have to sit back and watch as a simple preseason game becomes the hottest ticket in town. Not because of a rivalry, not because of history, but simply because Caitlin Clark is on the court. The jealousy, it's about to hit an all-time high. Let that sink in. WNBA preseason games have historically been an afterthought, with empty seats and little buzz. But now, Carver Hawkeye Arena is packed to the rafters, and it's not even a playoff game. This is nothing more than a glorified scrimmage, yet Caitlin Clark has turned it into a must-watch spectacle. If you needed any more proof that she's not just a rising star, but the entire attraction, here it is. The crowd, the excitement, the demand, it's all because of her. You can already feel it, the jealousy is about to skyrocket. WNBA players are going to flood social media with the same tired arguments about respecting the league, how one player doesn't define the WNBA, or some other nonsense. But let's be real, the numbers don't lie. Did the media just ignore the greatest regular season stretch a point guard has ever had in WNBA history? Probably. So let's lay it out. Caitlin Clark, post-Olympic break, had an absolutely historic run, the kind of stretch that should have been headline news across every sports network. But somehow, instead of giving her the credit she deserves, certain WNBA players are choosing to resent her for making them look like background characters in their own league. And here's the thing, this isn't just about stats. Caitlin Clark is single-handedly making the WNBA matter. Yet, instead of embracing it, some players are doing what they always do, hating. She's elevating the entire league, making people actually care, selling out arenas for games that otherwise wouldn't even fill the lower bowl. And her latest move? Selling out Carver Hawkeye Arena for a meaningless preseason game. That's not just impressive, that's a warning shot. Because if this is happening before the WNBA season even begins, imagine what's coming next. The moment the Indiana Fever tips off, every single game will be an event. Every away game will turn into a packed house. WNBA players can roll their eyes all they want, but the truth is undeniable. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA right now. And if she can sell out an exhibition game in minutes, just wait until the regular season starts. Oh, and by the way, these tickets, they're not cheap. This isn't some buy one, get one free promo. Caitlin Clark isn't just selling out arenas. She's making people pay up to be in the building. Fans aren't hesitating, they're dropping NBA-level money just to watch her play. And keep in mind, WNBA tickets used to be so cheap you could get in for the price of a burger combo. Teams used to give away seats just to make it look like people cared. But now, people are shelling out hundreds, even thousands, just to be in the same arena as Caitlin Clark. Why? Because she's that rare kind of star, a generational player with generational influence. She's making people who have never watched a WNBA game line up for tickets. She's turning preseason matchups into must-watch events. And it's not just in Indiana, every single team she visits is jacking up their ticket prices because they know Caitlin Clark is going to fill their arena like no WNBA player ever has. Merchandise? Fever jerseys are already selling out everywhere. TV ratings? Prepare for records to be shattered the moment she plays her first official WNBA game. People know Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's a phenomenon, a brand, a once-in-a-generation talent. And guess who's the most upset about all of this? The same WNBA players who have spent years begging for more fans, more money, more attention. They spent years saying, Why don't people support women's basketball? Why don't we get bigger salaries? Well, guess what? The fans are showing up. The money is coming in. The WNBA is relevant. And it's all because of Caitlin Clark. But instead of being grateful, instead of embracing this moment, they're bitter. They're mad that she's selling out arenas while they spent years playing in half-empty gyms. The truth hurts. And the truth is fans never cared about the WNBA like this until Caitlin Clark arrived. This isn't just about basketball anymore. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in women's sports, period. She's making WNBA games must-watch events. She's turning WNBA tickets into hot commodities. She's breaking TV records before even playing a single official game, and she's doing it all effortlessly. And this is just the beginning. The Indiana Fever's regular season is going to be absolute chaos. Every game will be a sold-out event. Ticket prices will be through the roof. The WNBA isn't used to this kind of attention, but they better get used to it because Caitlin Clark runs this league now. Let's be honest, the WNBA has never been anywhere near the NBA. It's always been the little sibling, fully dependent on NBA funding, NBA marketing, and NBA arenas just to stay afloat. But now Caitlin Clark is changing the game. For the first time, people are actually comparing WNBA ticket prices to NBA games. For the first time, preseason WNBA matchups are selling out like they're primetime NBA events. And if Caitlin Clark keeps up this momentum, the WNBA might actually start closing the gap. Now, don't get it twisted, the NBA is still king, but every major sports league has that moment. That one superstar who shifts the landscape. This isn't just about women's basketball anymore. This is a movement. For the first time ever, people are asking, how much are WNBA tickets? When's the next Caitlin Clark game? Where can I watch the Indiana Fever? The WNBA has never had this kind of buzz. And if they play their cards right, one day, they might not even need the NBA's help anymore. Right now, the WNBA depends on the NBA to survive. The NBA funds the league, promotes it, and keeps it running. But imagine a future where the WNBA doesn't need that. A future where teams generate their own revenue from ticket sales, merchandise, and TV deals. Where WNBA superstars sign massive endorsement contracts that rival NBA deals. Where arenas are packed every night, not just for one player, but for the entire league. The Caitlin Clark era is officially here, and the WNBA is feeling the shockwaves. Every game will be a spectacle, every arena packed, and every ticket a hot commodity. Like it or not, she's the face of the league now. And if this is just the beginning, imagine what's coming next.